Hello, hello. This is Corey with Living Free. Oh, today is a good day, Wednesday. Um, and I figured I would come to you this evening to talk to you about value and worth. So I remember um, starting an organization, and actually, the first name of it was called Cherish, and it was after. If anybody knows Sade, the singer, it was after her song "Cherish the Day." I loved, for some reason, that it was hitting me. I can't even remember. I remember where I was when I decided to name it. Oddly enough, you kind of remember um, certain events in your life. I was like on my way home from work, and I was sitting at a stop sign behind several cars, and the song came on, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna name my business. Um, Hence, then I changed it, but neither here nor there. So, um, I was talking to someone yesterday, and they said to me, so of course, another coach. I was talking to a coach, and she said to me to write down, um, write down some things that write down what I think I'm worth. Pretty much is what she was saying. Um, so I started writing that, and things were coming easy. Then as I'm writing, I was sitting there thinking, like, you know, started questioning some of the people in my life and why they're there, what placement they hold, why did, and then I was like, my value. How am I placing my value? And for some reason, all these videos started popping up within the past week about high valued friends. I listened to Les Brown, and he was talking to, it was just a little commercial. And he talked about somebody told him in order to elevate, he needed to do away with some of the friends that he had, and he needed to go with high value friends. And he said that's what he did, and his life increased. I'm not saying you got to get rid of everybody. I don't know. I haven't made it to my millions yet, so I don't know. Um, of course, there's always going to be people that you're not going to get rid of. Um, and But there's going to be people, of course, with every change that you have, there's going to be people who shift out. There's going to be people who stay for the wrong reasons. There's going to be people who stay for the right reasons. I do know that I keep telling you, on this journey that as I shift, people start shifting out. And I'm watching people usher out of my life. And it is a good thing. It's a crazy thing. But I accept it because, as they're ushered out and I start elevating, other people are being ushered in. So there's, so I began thinking today about value, and I'm like, okay, well, I am no longer settling for anything, for nothing, for not one thing. I know that I had two interviews today, and they both asked what I wanted paid, and like their responses were, to me, were kind of off because both of them were like, oh yeah, that's like a little higher than I expected. I gotta, let me go back and talk to a couple of people, and let's see if we can get you there. um my thought was, if you want to pay me that what you want to offer me. If that's what you want to pay, they didn't offer me the job yet. But if that's what you want to pay is what's in your pay range, um, then that's the type of work you're going to get, which is barely nothing. And I'm not saying that I would even take the job. I wouldn't take a job that's not going to pay me what I want to get paid. Um, so it's like where my value is and where my worth is. And I used to settle. I would negotiate it to an extent, and then I'm like, yeah, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll take that. I'm no longer settling. I realize that I am worth so much more than what people are willing to pay, than what people are offering in relationships and friendships. I'm just worth so much more. My value is high, is higher. And that all came from um, my self love. If I didn't love myself, like, I used to struggle with um, at the beginning of somewhere in the summer, I was talking to my shaman, and she was asking me why I never fell in love with myself. And she was like, you need to fall in love with yourself. And I was like, okay, I love me. But I do know the deeper I go, the more love I give myself, or I feel for myself. And so as we're talking, and we go on and on and on with that conversation, and I told her, I'm like, I don't know if I would ever know what falling in love with me would feel like because I've never been there. And she told me that I would know. Um, but through the course of these past couple of months and the amount of meditation that I've been doing and the amount of time that I've been spending with me, growing me, developing me, learning me, I have actually fallen so in love with me. And I told my son yesterday, I'm like, I'm the funniest person you know. And he was like, well, tell me a joke. And I just told him to look in the mirror, and he started chuckling. And I was like, see, I told you it was funny. And he's, he's like, that was just a chuckle. It's not funny. I was like, okay. But I just find myself to be funny. Um, like I enjoy the moments that I have with me, even when I'm sick. Like I still find something to laugh at, even when I am, even during my little struggling moments when I said I wasn't okay, I still found laughter. I was still able to find me in those moments, but I knew that I was growing. I know that I'm growing. I know that I'm shifting. I know that I'm changing. It's a matter of what's being taken out of my life that it's a matter of what's being taken out of my life. Sorry, people. It's a matter of what's being taken out of my life um, that I struggle with because I've known this for so many years. All my life, I've known about control. All my life, I've known about how to reject myself and reject others, abandon myself, abandon others, not value myself, not value others. All my life I've been destructive and destroying me. So there's a piece of me that's holding on to that because I realized that the other day with all these my stomach issues. And I'm like, I'm just not feeling good. And why am I not feeling good? Because I'm destroying me because of the stuff that I'm eating. And I know this. But like I'm like, oh, but I need to eat. I need to have sugar. And I don't. And I don't. Like there's times I'll completely give up sugar and not ever worry about it. And it's just crazy how you want your body to hold on. You want to hold on to something so bad just for sake of holding on to it, just for comfortability, and it's for comfortability's sake. And truly, is it really comfortable? Like, what's comfort? Sometimes you got to step above and beyond comfort in order to hit that level of growth that you need to get to. So, in saying that, I went out and bought all fruits and vegetables and decided tomorrow I have to eat raw fruits and vegetables for at least a week. See how my stomach does with this, and then start and I'll start changing and maybe put in some just cooked fruits, cooked vegetables, and still have fruit because it's chilly outside, and I would like to have a bowl of chili, and I don't need to have the meat because I have oyster mushrooms, and those taste better than meat. Um, so I said that because it's a matter of like where is your value and where's your worth within yourself. Are you settling for things that you shouldn't settle for? Is something like nudging you to like move beyond where you are? Is something saying, hey, well, um, this no longer serves you? And are you listening? So now I'm listening, and I've been listening, and I'm really listening, and I am really listening. And I just can no longer see myself as the person that I was. I just don't. I know who I was, and I love who I was. I accept that because she's gotten me this far. Um, but through all of this development and all this growth, and I don't ever want to go back. I just don't. And I started looking at, high value people, and there's this lady that's been coming to mind. When I had my nonprofit, she was one of the people who've donated to the organization, and um, just something about her I liked. I always liked her. It was just something about her spirit. But I never felt good enough. I never felt valuable enough to be at her level. And I just feel like I'm going to soon invite her to a cup of coffee and, pick her brain and have a conversation with her. And if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to expect anything out of that conversation, but just to have a conversation because at a certain point, how do you grow without having somebody who has already grown? Um, so I do know that she's successful. She's very successful. She is in a very successful elite club that she told me about before. And she was going to be able to get more people to donate to the organization. And so I screwed myself all because of this right here. My belief in myself and just sucks. But, looking back, I could have been a lot further off than where I was. But but I was exactly where I needed to be, so I can be exactly where I need to be today. So I just wanted to ask you, where do you find value? Who do you find value in? Do you find value in yourself? What is your worth? So think on that, sit on that, feel on that. And I just wanted to tell you that you're worth a lot more than what you ever imagined you to be worth. You are more valuable than any precious jewel on the face of this earth. So make sure that you hold yourself to that esteem. And I wanted to say that I love you. This is Corey with Living Free, saying stay connected. Peace and blessings.